to the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So Around Town Radio Show is where I go for the latest band info. So Around Town Radio Show for the music that comforts my soul.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our weekend update. It's All Around Town Radio here on a Monday. My lovely guest is Marianne over there. Hi, Marianne.
Hi, Scott. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
You doing all right?
Yeah.
Good to have you with us today. I haven't
thank
ever had you on the program, so that's kind of cool. You know, I mean, we spend a lot of time seeing live music together, but I haven't seen you on the program. So we're going to talk real quick, though. We're going to get right into it because this was a big weekend of music, and man, they came back. They came back to life, I guess. Prisoner, you got to see them out at the Blue Note.
Crazy good.
Talk to me about that show. I mean, tell me the guys in the band and all that.
First, I got to give a shout out to Brain Bucket because they opened up the show. And this is my second time seeing them. They played for a benefit for Laura Lee McCorby months ago. And they're phenomenal. If you're a heavy metal girl like I am or a heavy metal person, you would just love this band. Again, they're called Brain Bucket. Dane Dinkler is the lead singer. Excuse me if I pronounce these names wrong.
You're like me.
Yeah, I have no clue. Okay, and then Mike Mackey, we all know, their bass player. Guitarist, you got John Lynn and Pat McGregor, and drums, Billy Bear. And I just got to say, shout out to you guys. Phenomenal. The Queensryche they do is crazy good. I mean, crazy good. And they definitely did a great job warming us up to bring back Prisoner Resurrected. Oh my God, living my days, the early 80s. It was phenomenal. Reminds me of Never on Sunday, skipping school, being 16, fake IDs, and going to listen to Prisoner at Silverton. It was freaking awesome. And everybody was there. Who's anybody? Lots of musicians from other bands, of course, there, because when there's a good band out playing, musicians definitely come to support them. So awesome night.
Hi, Jimmy.
And it was The Prisoner Resurrected. So you got the original singer, Russell Jenkins, who Russell is just a great performer with a great stage presence. You also have, and he's an original, Tim Keys. Everybody knows Tim Keys, guitar god, definitely. Tim is so
Absolutely.
good. Oh, and he's been around forever, you know, probably a bunch of us ladies' first heartthrobs on the guitars out there. And then Stephen Schwartz playing the drums. He always kills it. You see him still in Black Bone Cat as you do see Tim Keys. Aaron Thomas filled in for the late Scott McCorby, late great Scott. And Aaron had a T-shirt on from the days when Scott would have been playing at Never on Sunday with Scott's face on it. So Aaron was wearing this T-shirt that had Scott's likeness, which was an awesome tribute. Shout out to Aaron Thomas for doing that. Aaron not only played bass, but he did lead vocals a lot with Russell, alternating songs, which I did not expect. And that was a total bonus, just total bonus. We could not ask for a better night. Blue Note did a great job. The place was packed. Shout out there. But I hope that this is not just a one-time deal with Prisoner and that they do play out some more because we really all enjoyed it.
Well, take me back in time because all I ever hear about is everybody says back in the day that was the band. I mean, that's what they all went to see. So how did they become such a phenomenon in the Cincinnati area?
Oh, gosh, I'm not positive about this. I mean, I was 16 when I started seeing them. And I wasn't I just hung out at Never On. I wasn't behind the scenes. You know, it was the long hair days. And all I know is they were fun to go look at and they just rocked the stage. And then I think they did cut some albums and they lost and joined players. It ebbed and flowed because then they got a lot of different singers. They've had different drummers. And they did travel around some, but as far as the dynamics you'd have to more ask a Dano or one of the guys that was in it. I can't help you on the background. I just was enjoying it, sort of like I do now. I just got to enjoy the shit.
If any of our viewers are that are watching today, and I see we've got Rick Kern on here, Dewey, Rick, let's see, Jonathan Grooms. If you guys know any history,
please
pop it in the comments there, because I don't know a lot of the history on Prisoner. I know the guys in the band. I mean, I love Tim Keys. I mean, he's a rock god, is just unbelievable. But Russell Jenkins, I've heard him sing, and just and Aaron Thomas blows me away, and I'm glad he was able to fill those big shoes to fill. He
did a great job. What an honor having Aaron fill in for Scott. Definitely.
So the vibe at the Blue Note was rocking. It was a great rock show there.
It was a great night and a great rock show. I think everybody had a really good time. I know we were on the floor the whole night. It really was. It was a flashback.
Well, Marianne, you're on the floor all night anyway.
Well,
I mean, you're the dancing queen everywhere I go. But,
I did get a lot of rocking, and I brought some new girls there with me that from the Bell, and they're not into that kind of music. And I said, I'm telling you, it's high energy. You'll love it. And they had one of the best times they've ever had. So that was good. Introduce them to heavy metals. Nothing like it.
Well, and give me some of the songs they covered that night, if you remember any of them.
I don't even know.
Some of them
yeah. Hey, Rick, y'all fill in on that. Tell me what they played.
You were in the zone, weren't you, Marianne?
I was in the zone. I knew you were going to ask me, and I'm like, oh, I'm so bad at that stuff.
Thank you, Hollywood, for that about Russell Jenkins. Good to see you yesterday. We're going to talk about yesterday here in just a few minutes. Hi, Jason Hicks. Gina McCann has joined the party. How are you? Good to see you with us.
Hi, Gina.
Who else we got out there? Daniel in the house. Hi, Daniel. Rick is here. Hey, Rick. How'd he do, as he says. And yes, Rick says quality from day one. He was there.
I was going to ask them what their song list was so I could tell you. And
and I'm going to, Marianne, I'm a disclaimer here for me, because I've been sick for like 9 days, and I just got well over the weekend. I've not gone out at all. So my first day out to see music was yesterday.
Well, thank you for keeping your germs at home.
Yes, I did. And I didn't, it's just that upper respiratory thing. I got all my other stuff going on, but it was fine. And man, it really, you do miss it. You miss getting out and seeing live music a lot. And I was living vicariously through everybody's videos and all that kind of stuff that they posted, but it looked like one hell of a show at the Blue Note. And, Blue Note does rock shows really well.
It was a do not miss show. And they did good. They definitely did.
They say that a lot on their page. This is a do not miss show and all that. But I believe that when they put on the heavy rock shows, that is their niche. I mean, that's what everybody loves there.
And what's good about this versus maybe some national acts they did, this was our community. This was our rock and roll community. I mean, I knew so many people there. And that's what I really loved. I mean, it's like we were all just reliving it.
Rick Kern's throwing some songs in here. Adam's Apple, Aerosmith. He says Seasons of Winter, Aerosmith.
Thank you.
Winter Aerosmith. Thank you for that, Rick.
Oh, they even did a shout out to you, Rick, in one of the songs they were playing. They said, "Where's Rick at?" So.
Well, who wouldn't shout out?
It was one of their Aerosmith songs. It was good. There was some.
Hi, Angela.
There was some old school music going on. It was so good.
Well, and that's all I've ever heard is they were the band back in the day.
They were the band.
Everybody loved.
Man. Oh yeah, I used to. I barely made it through high school because I was watching them every night. I'm telling you what.
And that's what Rick says when he was underage. Rick's. Let me see here. It says there was a place on Kings Gateway that I used to ride my bicycle up, stand outside, and listen to Prisoner.
Let's see. There was two Never on Sundays, and then there was Annie's down on Kellogg. There's a Never on Sunday Green Hills, Never on Sunday Silverton, Annie's, and I don't know what other places. I used to work at Caps in Norwood. I'm not sure if they ever played for us back then.
Doing some Kicks music too. Great, Rick. Thank you for that. And then what else we got? He's throwing all the set lists.
Thank you. I knew he'd know it.
White Knuckle Ride by Prisoner. There we go. Yeah, that's awesome. Hi, Kara. Thanks for joining us today. Rick says, what's he saying here? Alexander's in Clifton, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Well, Marianne, I want to thank you for that report on Prisoner and stopping by the show today, because we put a little call out this morning because I had a slow weekend. I mean, I was just out yesterday, so it's good to have somebody on here that actually survived this respiratory thing and went out and had some fun.
Yeah. And after I left the Blue Note, I hit the Bell and Bear, and Bad Habit was there. They were killer. And they had Cherie Palio from WLWT in the house, and Mike, and that was their first time there, and they loved it. They loved Bad Habit. So shout out to those bands too.
I saw her post on that. That was a nice post. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say,
also,
Cherie, back in the day, she used to be on a Dayton station, and she interviewed me after 9/11 when that all went down, and I went to 9/11, and our rescue team locally went, and it was interesting because she was one of the nicest reporters that interviewed me. She's been so nice over all these years. That's why she's done so well, I think.
Oh, she's good people. She works out at Lifetime. So as soon as I see her, I'm going to harass her about Saturday night.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. She's bad. That's why I watch Channel 5. I'm going to tell you why. She's just good people. That's why I watch you. You're good people. Hey.
Well, thank you. That's awful nice of you. Yeah. And I know you got to get out of here, but real quick, like before you go, something yesterday happened magical at the Bell and the Bear, and that was that fundraising event to get the Road to Memphis. It was called. You got a chance to see it. Give me your take on it real quick, and then I'll talk about it.
It was just phenomenal. I mean, I was not going to go. I was wore out, but I knew Gina and Tim were going to be there, so I had to go say hi because I'd been out of town, and it was an amazing crowd. And it's just CFGs; they're amazing. Good crowd, fun. I only stayed maybe an hour. I wish I'd have stayed longer because I missed Gina and Angela. Gina and Angela Combs got on stage, and I missed that, and I'm bummed. But
how did we not know that was going to happen?
I wish I'd have known. If I knew that
me
was
too.
Happen, Scott. Oh my gosh, I'm so bummed I missed that. But what a phenomenal day! What a phenomenal day of music, and a great fundraiser to go. And the money's going to so they can go down to Memphis for their. But they have some contests going on, like they're in blues.
They're going to the International Blues Challenge. They won the Cincinnati, and they're going to the International Blues Challenge. So
yeah, that'll be awesome.
And I was just looking to see if I'd had any replies here. Let me see. Wow. All I know is that yesterday, this just in.
I heard they 10,000.
Over 10,000. Yeah.
That is phenomenal. Way to go. Our
that's
community
amazing.
Steps up every time. Every time there's a cause. We have the best community around here. It would be so hard to leave, like ever from the Cincinnati. We've got just something so special.
We really do. We really do. Well, Marianne, thank you so much for being with me today. I'm going to talk about that event here at length and some other people that were a big part of that.
Thank you, Scott.
Thanks. You have a great day.
Thanks.
We'll see you soon. All right. Bye-bye. All right. Thank you, Marianne, for joining me on the program today and giving us that prisoner update. That was wonderful. And I do want to talk about yesterday's event at the Bell and the Bear. First of all, I'm just going to say this out loud. If you want to have a fundraising event, and if you're having it at the Bell and the Bear, you make sure that you get the right people involved with that, because the right people stepped up yesterday and made it happen again. And, to raise $10,000 to get those boys and from CFG and the family and Jimmy D. Rogers to Memphis and to help support them in that is an amazing thing. And I've got to say hi to some people joining the show. Tom Stevenson out there. Marie, thank you. Jeff Vance in the house. Del McFarland has joined the party. Hi, Del. Kathy Laverde is in the house. If you're out there, guys, say hey, if you will. Steve Stein, thank you so much for joining us today. And I'm seeing some comments here. Hollywood mentioning, and I'm going to mention everybody that helped with that event yesterday for sure. But Hollywood said Gina and Johnny Friday night at Hamilton's Urban Backyard, not an empty seat in the tap room. He said, unbelievable stuff. So, yes, thank you all for watching and listening today to our weekend update. And I just got to see a little music yesterday. Started out with Jimmy D. Rogers and his blues style. And hi, Diana Halligan. How are you? Good to have you with us. Certainly, Jimmy D. Rogers has been a force in the blues community, at least up north here in the Dayton area for a long time. He's played Cincinnati a bunch. I was surprised at how many people that were there yesterday did not know who Jimmy was from the Cincinnati area. I'm kind of saddened by that because he is a remarkable player, and he won the solo duo position from the Cincy Blues Challenge to go to Memphis. And what a player he is. And Bill was there yesterday taking video, and he said yesterday was phenomenal. It was. Del, what is up with you? Thanks for being here, man. I love to see you on the show. We got to get Dell on sometime to chat music too. That'd be great. Glenn says that was a great show yesterday. Glenn, I didn't see you. I didn't know if you left or something. I didn't see you when I left, but bye. I'll say bye to you now. Certainly an amazing show. Let me start with just Mr. Jeff Vance. Jeff's on here. Jeff had the sound dialed in. You know, it's not too tough to dial in a keyboard player and a vocal. That's what Jimmy was doing. But then when CFG and the family got up there and all the dynamics that go on with them, including a couple different microphones for Casey, for the harmonica and his vocals and everything else, Jeff's a remarkably good sound guy. I mean, he does a fantastic job of production. And that's what makes it certainly at the Bell and the Bear so enjoyable, too, that you can, Karis is invested in a nice sound system. You can hear in there. It is quality entertainment all day long, anytime you go. And Jeff's a big part of that. And then, hi, Greg Goforth. Thank you for being here. Good to see you. Kathy, how you been? I haven't seen my friend Kathy Laverty in a while. Pete Davidson, how are you, buddy? It was great to see you play yesterday and talk to you for a bit. I want to talk about CFG and the family. I'm going to throw Scott's opinion out there, and Scott's opinion is this. If CFG and the family does not win in Memphis, it'll be a crime. One of the best bands in the blues genre and the raspy roadhouse bluesy sound that you could ever want. And these guys are the real deal. And they deserve every bit of recognition they're going to get when they go to Memphis. And, sometimes these competitions can be skewed when it comes to judging and all that. And we know that some of our locals that have been down there, I think, have not won in years past. And it's been a shame because they're super talented. But really, really amazing band is CFG and the family. And I'll talk more about it after I get to some comments here. Rick Kern says Jeff Vance is quality. Absolutely quality. One of the best I know in the business. Kathy, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, Casey. Thank you, my friend. And I just want to say, guys, this band, when they get up on stage, I feel like I go to church. I mean, I feel like they take me to a place I want to be. And this band takes me to the edge and then some with their talent. Everybody in the room yesterday, laser focused on them. You can have, we had our friend Jeff dancing up there. We had, I didn't know the older gentleman's name who cut the rug the entire time throughout the day with his lady friends, I think he was 85 years old. I joked with somebody. I said, if I did what he was doing on that dance floor for 5 minutes, I'd be in the corner sucking oxygen. And this guy is just killing it up there, dancing and having fun. The generosity of everyone yesterday was amazing. The people who stepped up to earn money for the band to go. I mean, I got to give Karis a big shout out because she just takes the bull by the horns and goes, man. Karis is one of those people who says, we're going to make this happen. And it happens. And my friend Hollywood, he's one of the best supporters of Hamilton and what comes out of Hamilton. And CFG obviously is certainly near and dear to his heart. He busted his butt yesterday along with his wife, Pam, everybody else there that was helping, and the staff of the Bell and the Bear serving all the customers. Ed Sawicki taking photos that were amazing. If you've seen those photos today, I shared my photos. They suck. Ed Sawicki's photos are amazing. Go see his. You can see the ones on my page. I'll tag Ed's in the comments here so you guys can go to it as well, but we'd love for you to see it. But what's important is this band is representing the Cincinnati region in the International Blues Challenge. Now get this, folks. They're going to Memphis to compete against some of the best blues players that are out there. And you know what? They're as good or better than any of them. Ask anyone in the blues community. They'll tell you that. They've been down there. Ed and I were talking yesterday. Peter, who puts on the Winter Blues event, those guys know that CFG and family is a real deal. And Marianne said everyone was hustling. Yes, they were. And yes. And Jeff said Mason's guitar feels is amazing. Well, yeah, I mean, think of the band, CFG and the family. I mean, in their own right, each player is super talented. what was great to see is that Brandon got up to play with him again, and Johnny Fink was in the house supporting them. And Johnny's been to the IBC numerous times and done very well. And he's a force in the blues community. And then you take the ending, which, why did I leave early? I had to, but why did I leave early? Bill, thank you for the video. Bill says 7 great videos on YouTube from yesterday. So go to Bill. He's right there in the comments. That's him right there. If you can see his name on the screen, go to his YouTube channel after the show and watch the videos, because you'll want to see this collaboration between CFG, Angela Combs, and Gina McCann. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, awe-inspiring. Just absolutely great stuff. I've always said Mason Johnson is the future of guitar playing in this town. He is the bright future. And then you guys had Reese up there, who's just an amazing player at a young age as well. I think he's in, is it Brad Hatfield's band? But I got to see him at the Hidden Gem a few weeks back when Gina and Johnny played with the Doug Hart band, and Reese opened the show, and wow, he's talented as well. So Billy says this weekend at the Blue Note was epic. Yeah, we mentioned that earlier in the show. If you're just joining us, we talked about it with Marianne and her take on it. Thank you for that. Amy said that collab was fantastic. Amy, were you there? I didn't see you. If you were, sorry, I missed you. But wow, everything was an entire package yesterday. From the raffles to the bands to the food outside with the Faded Cow food truck. Karis has done a remarkable job with that as well. Yes, I left too soon. Yeah, I missed you. I missed David Parks too yesterday. What a bummer. What a bummer. I wish I'd have just stayed, for real. But if you can, guys, help CFG and the family. You can go to their page on Facebook. Send them a message if you want to help get them to Memphis as well. And I don't know if there's a link out there for any link for a Venmo or a GoFundMe or any of that that's going on for those guys. Hollywood, if you're out watching, if you know that, drop it in the comments today, because I didn't get a chance to reach out to them earlier to find that out. But a stellar job again by the staff and committed people at the Bell and the Bear, who always come through on the fundraisers. And need I say more when I talk about those who match funds there? Two of the greatest people in the entire planet, Brian and Kelly Peters, who give more than anybody I know, who absolutely always are wonderful people. There were other folks involved in giving as well, who like to just remain in the background. They don't want a lot of fanfare. They just do their thing. And yes, Diana said the fries were awesome. Diana sat down next to me eating her fries with Cholula on them. They look good. They did. Ed said it was stellar. Ed, and I got to, I was mentioning you earlier, but you truly are the photographer of the rock stars, and you capture such energy in your photographs. There are pictures that get taken of events, and then there are images, and the images are left in your head by Ed Sawicki. And if you weren't there, you realize you should have been when you look at his photos. And if you were there, you're very happy about it. So it's always a good time anytime Ed's in the house. And he works so damn hard, man. He does so many events. And I can relate Ed to being tired, getting out and doing music every night and doing those kind of things. Sometimes you got to kick back and take a little break for yourself. But Ed is just one of those remarkable human beings that we've all met through our association with the house that Karis built. That's what I'll say. It's a wonderful place to be. It's the place I enjoy being as well. That's about all I got today for the show. I could go on and on about CFG. I mean, they do cover songs. They do originals. They had merch set up there, to help them. But reach out if you can, and certainly reach out and help them. Hollywood said Ed Sawicki is stellar. Yes. He describes his job as a visual storyteller. Absolutely, Ed. Couldn't say it any better than that. That's a fact. And yes, Ed does have more energy than us. Well, Ed has more energy than all of us, but not as much as that guy on the dance floor yesterday. He was amazing. He was amazing. And wow, the Peters won the bid on the painting and then donated it to the Bell and the Bear. That was a cool painting, Diana. And, I said that to Diana. She's like, it's not my best. Diana, it was beautiful. and you do great work as well. And Diana captures some wonderful images, especially the ones I've seen that she does in black and white of CFG and the family that are just great. They really are. Ed says Dale dances nearly every night. I'd like to have about a tenth of Dale's energy then. I'll say that. Hats off to the Bell staff. Again, like I said, they kicked butt yesterday on a Sunday, which is normally not a busy day at the Bell and the Bear. You know, they have their Bloody Mary stuff go on and all that, but certainly not a huge day, and it was a huge day yesterday. Angela Combs, can I just say you have an incredible voice. I got to hear you with, my friend Rob Olson. Why did I say Rob Carlson? He's in another band. Rob Olson plays with you in your band, and I got a chance to come see him. I had no idea that night I stumbled in how good you were and how fantastically talented your band is. And, of course, Pete in that band as well. And you getting up there with Gina yesterday, that was magical. Thank you, Bill, for capturing that video. I don't know what we would have done without that one, because I sure missed it. I left too early. But it was good to see you yesterday, Angela, and look forward to working with you some more for sure. So that's all I got today, guys. I want to remind you that Hot Topic Tuesday comes your way tomorrow here on All Around Town Radio. It'll be Scott and Karis with you, or Karis and Scott, however you want to put it. And we will be there having a great time with you tomorrow. And we're bringing part 2 of what we did last week. So if anybody's out there and wants to share info to new musicians on how they can break into the business, that question comes up all the time. Sorry, guys. Question pops up all the time to us. And we had a lot of different little rabbit holes that we could have gone down last week, but we just ran out of time. So we're going to try to add to that show and bring you that show tomorrow at 5:00. So any new musicians that are out there aspiring to play out in the clubs, get them involved in the show tomorrow. And if you're a seasoned musician and you want to come on and add your input, shoot me a message. We'll put you on the show too tomorrow. We'll do that because we'd love to hear from some folks who have good experiences and bad experience about trying to break into the business and get bookings, because that's tough. It's who you know sometimes. It's how you network. And we learned that a lot last week from a lot of you. So we'll see you tomorrow at 5:00. Wednesday with the band this week, noon. Ryan Schwab will be on doing Schwab Fest. He's talking about that event. He's doing that again this year. We'll be chatting it up about that. Next week on Wednesday with the band, Jim Cuesta talking about his new Genesis project. We got a lot of good ones coming your way. Then we've got the big Ken Anderson Alliance show coming up the week after that, talking about the event they've got going on at Lori's Roadhouse. And then, Mike Reeder joining us at the end of the month. So we got some good Wednesdays lined up for you. Thursday, always Who's Playing Out, brought to you by our friends at Froggy's in Monroe and the best bands and musicians in the tri-state and where they're playing for the week. So we'd love to have you with us all the time here at All Around Town Radio. Don't forget to hit the share button, if you will. Sharing is caring, and invite your friends to like our page. We'd like to get over 10,000 likes on our page if we could do that. So help us out a little if you can. Thank you, Glenn. It's great to see you yesterday. Thanks for all you do. Gina McCann, yesterday was magical. Absolutely. Diana said Angela debuts the Bell and the Bear on Friday. Yes, maybe. I don't know. Is that true? I don't have that list yet, but maybe. I will be out of town over the weekend, so I will not be attending that one, unfortunately. But Jimmy Kilroy, thank you so much. Dirk Turner in the house from Crying Out Loud. Thank you. Steve Hook is in the house. How are you, Steve? Good to have you with us. Gina McCann says, yes, okay. It is. Well, good to have you, everybody. Thanks for watching today. We'll catch you next time here at All Around Town Radio. Let's see. Who do we have to say goodbye? Let's get Kathy involved today. Bye, everybody.
This is Kathy Laverty from the Bell and the Bear Jam. And when I look for local music, I tune in to All Around Town Radio.
Thanks, Kathy. Yes. We'll see you next time, everybody. Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. Sweet Sister Mercy here.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know.
Hi, Debbie.
There's a man over there.
Hi, Melissa. Thank you.
Into the music scene.
Catch you tomorrow, Bob.
Showing lots of love for the community with great advice.
Awesome, Angela.
I know who I should go see.
Who's that, Mark?
Around town radio.
Show.
That's where I go for the latest planned info. So around town radio. Show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio Show. The All Around Town Radio.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Remember, the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of our sponsors or any entities they represent.
It's the Weekend Review. It's a Bible coming for you. Speaking with the fans, sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man. We're coming, who's playing out? Off the open jam with the who's who of talent. Come Friday